All right, we are back. That fired me up a little bit. What is it in us that we refuse to love one another? We refuse to hear the cries of other human suffering. We'll just send robots to kill people in the Middle East. No big deal. They're not human, right? Right? They're just dirty towelhead, raghead bastards that we need to turn their whole place into a glass parking lot. How dare they attack us on 9/11, Jason? We need to end them and their religion. The Muslims are bad. Meanwhile, you start looking into it. It has nothing to do with Muslims whatsoever except for demonizing them so we can take over Eurasia and create a Western-controlled union there like never before. Because we really, we already have our black ops there. We already have our CIA embedded. We've discussed it even in this show. The Mujahideen, the Muslim Brotherhood, Al-Qaeda. It's fairy tales and unicorns, my friend. All right, let's go to John in Texas. John, you're on the air.
Yeah, hi. Thanks for taking my call.
You got it.
To bomb a couple things real quick. As far as like on your archive page, on your Infowarrior page, it only goes up to the 13th of May right now. I don't know if you guys are going to add
Yeah, I know. I'm about 2 weeks behind. It's really tough for me to get Kurt to post on that. He's so busy. But I'll try to get the next 2 weeks up there very shortly. But remember, the podcast is daily. So if you miss anything, tomorrow the podcast for this show will be available. That is switched up every day, though.
Rock and roll. Also, I wanted to say I was taking a break today from, fighting the info war. I thought I'd go out to a movie with my kids. Went to go see Night at the Museum. And then here I am looking, Abraham Lincoln's Abraham Memorial. There's two fasci on his chair that he's sitting on. And I was thinking, man, can't I just get away from, symbology and ideology for just 2 hours? To go
it's
to the
so
movies
hard because it's really embedded in the culture. The fasci are out in front of the house, man. You know that. I mean, they're literally up there. Yeah, Jordan Maxwell does a great presentation on it. Listen, man, I thank you for the call. I got to jump because I only got a couple minutes. I'm going to try to fit these all in. Steven in Texas, you're on the line.
Hey, good evening, Jason.
Good evening,
hey, first of all, I wanted to say, man, you need to be careful about the way you've been tonight, man, because you're going to end up where these people are going to come after you and have to, diagnose you with depression and put you on Prozac or Paxil because you've got antisocial disorder,
Yeah, God forbid. Well, don't worry. I ain't taking any drugs that I don't ingest myself. Oh.
Right. Hey, two things I wanted to cover real quick. First of all, these cards that you were talking about that somebody sent you with the Illuminati, how old were those?
They basically range from, I believe it is the mid-'80s to the early '90s. I want to say, because I read it on air, I believe it's like 84 to 92 is when they started publishing them, or stopped publishing them, and they did different levels. I really want to get Steve Jackson of, Steve Jackson Games on. It's going to be very difficult. We've been trying to contact him, but I don't think there's anything in there later than 92 or anything earlier than 84.
Okay, the reason I'm asking is because when I first moved here to Texas in '95, I worked at a warehouse that distributed like baseball cards and the same kind of thing like you had on there. And I remember two different sets of cards. One was the Illuminati, and one was the New World Order. And this was back in '95. So I saw that and I said, wow, because man, I was just starting to get aware of this stuff back then.
You know what cards I remember, Steve? I remember those Gulf War cards. Remember that propaganda where everywhere, right. General Schwarzkopf and Colin Powell are my new heroes because I have desert trading cards. Steven, I thank you for the call. I got to jump because it's the end of the show. Remember, you missed any of this. It's a big-time broadcast over at the Infowarrior.com. Get the podcast tomorrow. God bless you all.